Seeing red. This is my sad ski story for 2008. It starts with great hope for a best season ever. We were going to see Red, the cult mountain. Looking back over my shoulder, it's not been a pretty season. It has yard sales, intense pain, sleepless nights. You never know when the snow frogs will strike. It doesn't pay to plan too far ahead. My wife Lou and I had our flight tickets, season passes for Red Mountain, and accommodation care of itinerant ski bum friends who had settled in nearby Rossland. Back in Kosovo, the launch pad for this adventure, the snow had fallen early, and although the Brezovica resort wasn't open, the mountains were gloriously white with new skiable snow for the whole of December. Training had involved skinning there 2 or 3 times a day to get some good early season runs, and surfing the couch, drooling over ski porn classics. We were on our way from Kosovo for 2 months of joyful tree skiing in Red, BC. It doesn't get better than this. Yes, we had spat in the face of middle-class mediocrity, reached down into our inner toilets, and blown off work for a full 2 months of glorious steep skiing. The landscapes were magnificent, the trees were tightly packed, and the powder was beckoning. We were counting down, only 7 days to Red. 2008 was going to be the year. We were gloating to our mates, making them green with envy about the months to come. But the snow frogs were waiting. On the first climb of that fateful New Year's Eve morning, I'd skinned with an Austrian friend, Kendall, to the top. It had been blowing hard. The snow was icy, crusty and wind-packed on the exposed west faces. We lipped over the back and took a heavy snow run in a protected glade. It was great to be out and glorious to feel the rush of snow under our skis. The second climb of the morning had us looking down a 40-degree pitch into the Lion's Neck Bowl. The snow was thin. It had ridges and crusty waves like the ripples in the sand left by the retreating tide. It gleamed blue. I had a set of noodle skis on. A bad choice for these conditions. It was going to be survival stuff for an aging bum like myself. Dropping into the bowl, my shovels were chattering on the icy rock-hard surface. My edges slipped on the crust on the second turn. The snow frogs jumped. A death cookie pounced, forcing an unplanned dynamic faceplant. I was tumbling and sliding over rocks and other unforgiving hard objects, seeing red and white and black stars. I rapidly gathered speed for about 150 meters until a modest but remarkably solid pine tree abruptly impeded my progress. Yard sail. Goggles, poles, beanie, they sped on, enjoying the freedom of greater speed and a bigger icy slide. My journey was over, for now. From now on, my mind will be in a pain-induced sequence of images of Red and Brezovica. I had fortunately retained my skis, but not my dignity. The pain. Nothing had prepared me for this. I lay in a crumpled bundle beneath the tree, trying to breathe, and then trying not to breathe. Every sobbing breath heard. Kendall arrived and made some smart-aleck remark about joining the Speed Tree Hugging Society. I can laugh at anything most of the time, but there's no patrol in backcountry Brezovica. There's no rescue service. We were on our own and it hurt so much I couldn't even swear at the bastard. I spent 10 minutes lying in the snow, waiting for the pain to subside, breathing hard. We're going to have to get out of this mess ourselves. He gently pulls me to my feet. Well, as gently as a 6-foot Austrian gorilla can, that is. My arm dangles. My shoulder pain is even more intense. I scream in agony. I see red again. Couldn't walk down. It was just too icy. I tried, slipped on the first step and screamed again. We assess the options and decide to traverse out. The ground is unbelievably hard and icy. Kendall stamps a horizontal track out for 10 meters with his skis, comes back below me and plants his poles to stop my edges slipping, while I shuffled along, bent over like a hunchback, whimpering like a baby. We did this again and again and again, until 2 hours later we crested out of the Lion's Neck Bowl and onto the piste. We were both exhausted, but immensely relieved. Well, he was relieved. We had at least made it out of the bowl. I still had to ski down the long little piste, but with long, wide arcing curves, we got down to the car park without further incident. The long and the short of it is that I dislocated my shoulder and sustained a partial fracture to my upper arm, plus a few bruises to most other parts, particularly my pride. 6 hours after the accident, under general anaesthetic in the local hospital, they put my shoulder back in its socket. Then, to my great relief, it just hurt one hell of a lot. Kendall, the good mate, stayed with me the whole way. I guess it wasn't a powder day. Anyway, where there's no sense, there's no feeling. The shoulder rapidly went from pink to black and blue, as the bruised soft tissues and muscles started on the long road to recovery. We still went to RED. I got a neoprene brace and skied a bit. I couldn't sleep more than 3 hours without ibuprofen or whiskey. It still hurts a lot 6 months later at the time of writing. At 46, you take a little longer to recover. Today, you'll find me surfing the couch, watching the old ski classics and longing for the next season. Another year older? Yes. Wiser? Probably not. 2008, the year I saw red and black and blue.